Know your basic first aid for pesticide exposure. The basic rule to remember is dilute the pesticide. So if you get pesticide on the skin, remove the contaminated clothing, wash the skin with lukewarm water. Don't use hot water or scrub the skin, since this actually can cause the pores to open and cause breaks in the skin, and the pesticide can enter more easily. Ideally, you should wash your hands for at least 10 seconds. For reference, this is about the same length of time as counting 1 1,000, 2 1,000, and so forth, up to 10 1,000. If pesticides get into the eyes, use clean water for an eye wash. Wash across the eyes for 15 minutes. That will seem like forever, but eye damage occurs quickly. Keep decontamination supplies handy near the pesticide storage area, mixing and loading area, and where you're applying. If someone inhales a pesticide in a closed environment, like a greenhouse, get the victim to fresh air immediately. Also have them lie down. If the pesticide is ingested, sometimes vomiting should be induced and the victim given activated charcoal. The label may suggest drinking water or milk to dilute the pesticides. There are times when vomiting causes more harm than good. Also, recent studies have shown that syrup of ipecac is ineffective. It is important that we be familiar with the first aid statements and procedures well prior to finding someone in trouble. The difference in preparedness could be the difference in life and death. Vomiting should not be induced if the victim is unconscious or convulsing, since they could choke on their own vomit. Never induce vomiting if the product contains petroleum products such as kerosene, gasoline, or oil. Emulsifiable concentrates contain petroleum solvents. If vomited, the solvents can be aspirated into the lungs. When corrosive poisons, strong acids, or bases are ingested, more damage can occur as they come back up if the victim is made to vomit. This is why it is extremely important that you as a professional pesticide applicator are ultimately familiar with the products that you use. When someone is exposed to a pesticide, take them to a doctor. Make sure to take the label and safety data sheet with you so the doctor has all the treatment information. Be prepared for an emergency. Keep extra copies of the labels and SDSs in your vehicle and office. Emergency numbers should be posted centrally and other locations as required by the Worker Protection Standard. You may wish to refer back to Chapter 2, Federal Pesticide Regulations, to see specific information on the Worker Protection Standard updated January 1 of 2016. It is a good idea to have the National Poison Control Center toll-free number in an obvious place where pesticides are stored, mixed and in your service vehicles. The National Pesticide Information Center is another good resource for pesticide exposure information. Again, your level of preparedness may mean the difference in life and death.